Hi guys.
Hi.
I am here. I am Elba. This is Ashley.
Hi.
Say hi. And we want to tell you a little bit about Ashley's story. So I met Ashley when she was about, oh, by the way, make sure you like and subscribe. I met her when she was about 12.
Yeah.
And how old are you now?
I am 35.
35. And since I've known you and your family, I could say that you've been on the whirlwind of a roller coaster.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, can you briefly tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am Ashley. I'm 35. I have a son. He's 11. I was married in 2011, and in 2017, my husband passed away from an overdose on Father's Day. So since that, I have been out there in addiction. I've been running for 6 years, just trying to find anything to fill that void I had of losing him, because I was with him for 13 years, and unfortunately my son could not fill that void that I had from my husband. And
Yes.
that is a real feeling, and not that I'm proud of it, but I did resent my son at times,
Right.
because he looks like his father.
Yes.
And for me, that was a heartache that I didn't want to go through, so I kept using.
Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing for me when I first heard that was that you actually found your husband
Yeah,
in the bathroom
Yeah.
when he was dead.
I did.
And having to tell your son, just go to the next room or
Right.
take him to the neighbors was a big let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
So you're originally from Virginia?
Norfolk, Virginia, yeah.
Okay, so you were actually 12 when you moved to Pennsylvania.
Correct.
And I moved right next door.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's so funny, we talk about coincidences. I say God, you say coincidences. It's all good. But I was able to see her grow, and I was able to see her fall. And the beauty of it is that even through your addictions, Ashley, I see the love that you have for your son, and I see the love that your family has for you, and you have
Right.
you and your mom are very close, even though you're very separate.
Right, yeah.
So I would like to ask you something, because you said something about ever since he died you ran and
Right.
you kept running.
Mhm.
What was that feeling like when you went out there and you became, I'm going to use the word junkie,
Right, yeah, I was, yeah.
because I was once, so.
Right.
But when you went out there and you started running, what was that feeling like, or what were you even pursuing? Like and subscribe, by the way.
I was running because I was desperate to, I'll put it this way, I was desperate to find something. And so I used to take me out of my emotions, so I didn't have to feel anything. So when somebody would bring up something, or I would just get memories of things,
Wow.
and I would just get more and more into my addiction, and it was just a point where I couldn't get out of my addiction.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it was like
Yeah.
a real stronghold. Like I could not physically get out of it to save my life.
Well, you said something very important. You said emotions,
Mhm.
and I am very emotional. I mean, most women are, because we have extra hormones than men.
Yeah.
But I really believe that. But when you said emotions, it made me feel like feelings.
Right.
Okay. Well, we have a soul, which is our mind, will, and emotions.
Right.
And emotions come from thoughts and feelings that we have. And when we're broken,
Right.
that broken feeling and that pain.
Yeah. It's
And
real.
we don't want to feel that pain.
Mm-mm.
We don't want to feel that broken.
No.
And I remember when your husband died, because your mother called me and it was just chaos. But I remember you were never the same again.
No.
And I think that feelings and emotions and our soul has a big part to play in who we are.
Yeah.
If we don't learn how to subdue them,
Mhm.
if we don't know how to filter them. So real quick, because I don't want to be on too long, I don't want you guys to get bored. How long have you been sober now?
I have been sober for 3 months now.
And a quick little story how you got here.
Well, So it's funny because God orchestrates everything. I know He does now. So I was in a hotel room getting high. I was waiting for my money to hit, and 6 state cops showed up at the hotel. And I remember trying to run, and
Oh my.
I couldn't get out. So I had warrants out for my arrest, and they picked me up, took me to jail. So I thought the next day I would get out. I didn't get out. I was there for about 12 days.
Wow.
And then, so I had my sister call Father's Heart,
Yes.
and I came about a week later. And it was, you know, I had to get to a point where I wanted to get free.
Yeah.
And that was what it was, because I didn't want freedom before. I liked being in that,
Right.
but I wanted to be free. And so that was my plan.
You know what's the crazy thing, that a lot of times freedom comes in the midst of pain.
Mhm.
And I believe that your back was so against the wall
Right, yeah.
that you could not even move.
No, I couldn't.
And at that point, you have to make a choice.
Mhm.
And you know what's the hardest thing when we make a choice is to change.
Right.
Who
yeah.
wants change?
Right. Yeah.
Like, because if you talk about change, then you're talking about me having to change my behavior, my thought process, my feelings, my
Yeah.
emotions. Who wants that?
Right. Yeah.
So in you doing that, I think, I'm not a professional, but I think that God,
Mhm.
you know, I learned about God in the 12 steps of NA and AA, and I that was the first time I actually started incorporating God. But when I started really believing in the God of my understanding, which is the Lord Jesus Christ, I started getting a freedom that was beyond measure.
Right.
But something came with that freedom.
Mhm.
I had to die.
Right. Yeah.
So I know that you're very strong-willed.
Yeah.
And I know how many times you've wanted to run out, at least the times that you've told me.
Right. Yes.
And do you think that you're going to have a lot of more of those episodes?
Absolutely. I'm human. I have a flesh. There are times where I want to control everything, and I cannot control everything.
Everything.
And because I think that I try to play God, and I'm not God. And I've gotten to that point where I tell him, like, I want you to be first and not me, because I am nothing without him. Like, I cannot do anything without him.
Wow.
So
Wow,
I'm
that's
just
really
at that
good.
point.
That's really, really good. If there was a girl or a guy watching
Yeah.
this thing right now,
Mhm.
like, what would be, and they're atheists and they're broken and they're running and they're using and they're in that prison in their minds,
Mhm.
what would be the thing that you would tell them?
I've had every reason to be like that. My husband dying, that's just one of them. But I know that there is something with freedom with God, and the peace I have. It's so crazy to think that, like, I could actually have a peace with this
So true.
God who, like, I can't see or touch, and it's not tangible for me, but it's something that brings me to my knees, that I love him, and he saved my life. He's shown me clips of my overdoses of he was there with that. Like, I shouldn't be here. Like,
Right.
but he saved me, and you know, it takes time. And I grew up in the church, but even in that, I still had unbelief. But he makes me believe every single day that he is for me. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You know, I didn't grow up in the church. I grew up in witchcraft,
Mhm.
and I got to that place where I hit my knees,
Yeah.
and I had to learn that, you know what? Everybody's on this planet for a reason.
right,
There's an existence for you right here, right now, but there's a promise that you're gonna die one day.
yeah,
So make sure you like and subscribe.
yes,
I hope that you got something from this interview. We are excited about this channel. If there is any comments or anything that you guys would like to know, or maybe watch something fresh,
right.
please make sure like and subscribe and leave a comment,
Yeah.
because you know what? We just love talking to you. I am excited that Ashley is on a different journey.
Right.
You know, we have these journeys.
Mhm.
You know how we have seasons, winter, fall, summer. You know, we have those crazy
Right,
seasons,
yes.
right? They're not crazy, they're essential for us.
Right.
We actually change our wardrobes
Yeah, we do.
when it happens. And well, life is the same way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a season now where I'm taking care of my mom. Never in a million years would I've seen that
Right.
season.
Yeah.
You know, you're in a season now. Your son's 11.
Yeah.
You know, pretty soon your son's going into puberty.
Yeah.
That's
He
just the way it is.
He is.
So, you're getting ready for that season.
Right.
So, make sure you like and subscribe. Whatever season you're in, please make sure to tune in because we want to be in it with you.
Yes.
So, we talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.